You know, it's almost that time of night. I think we should get some tunes started here. Oh my. Trombones are blaring. The marching band is coming out, ladies and gentlemen. We got 1 minute till the Fleischer Forum, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Fleischer Forum. This is where we all get together the day of the docket and talk about what happened on the docket as we saw it happen, with the exception of maybe some rescheduling and that type of stuff. We have about an hour and 45 minutes of Fleischer ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Get your drinks ready. There might be some hoodies tonight. Chuck is still stuck. We got a lot to get through. Welcome Darius, welcome Stephanie, welcome Raul, welcome Dreams. I'm sure Mom's out there somewhere too. Pretty sure I saw a Smurf somewhere. Yep, I see a Smurf. There's a Smurf. Ladies and gentlemen, watch your goodies. You know, Smurfs. They are some mean folks. Victoria, what's going on? All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to start our show. And I'm just going to get right into it because, you know, it was a healthy docket. There was no trial today. The trials got resolved in other manners, but there was plenty of business being done in Harris County. We're going to get right into it right now.
All right, showtime.
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Page 9.
Mr. Dean, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You've missed court. You've paid an out-of-county bond. Every time you miss court, we issue a warrant. And all you do is end up enriching bonding companies every time you miss court. That's all you're doing. So if you like to throw money away, keep missing court.
That was a mistake. That was my part.
I'm letting you know, every time you miss, we issue a warrant, and every time it triples or quadruples. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So the next time it's probably going to get hit 5,000 plus.
I understand.
Now, do you have a lawyer today? You need a lawyer to represent you in this case. You're facing quite a bit of time, not to mention collateral consequences with a conviction like this. So
Ask me to bring your driver's license, a new driver's license, and a copy of my insurance.
okay, that is to be able to drive, but you still need a lawyer to represent you in this case. Have you sought out or reached out to any lawyers?
Yeah, but
Have you hired a lawyer yet?
No.
You need to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you time for you to do that. We're going to reset your case for a month. We need you to go out, reach out to lawyers, and when you come back, you need to have a lawyer representing you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Can you run his license to see if it's valid?
Yes, Judge.
And then do you mind grabbing his insurance? What kind of car was this driving. Alex, please.
Let me pull up the.
So this card, you're only covered on the 2007 Chevy Suburban. You understand that? So that's the only car that you can drive. So don't drive any other car. Do you understand that? All right, I will take off the. Bless you. Bless you. I will take off the bail condition that you can't drive. You're now allowed to drive. Make sure that it's that car. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and then we're going to get you out of here. And when you come back, please have a lawyer. Don't miss court again because your bond is just going to go a lot higher. You understand? Okay, sir. Please. Got it.
All right, Judge, page 12, Fontenelle.
He's present on council, Judge. May we approach? Of course.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Good, how are
You
you?
should have let us know. We would have hit you first, you know? I didn't realize you were here on an arraignment.
Being patient.
Go ahead and sign.
This is holding.
Good morning, Mr. Fontenot. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 17th, 2024, the officer responded to a medical assistance call at a public roadway in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stationary in a moving lane of traffic. The defendant was asleep in the driver's seat of the vehicle while it was still in drive.
Oh my God. Colin rated. I have to pause the video. Thank you, Colin, for rating. Thank you, all Colin Raiders. Colin's Raiders are the coolest because they're the cool and raid, right? That's what I hear. I don't know. He says he's a better streamer than me or something, but I think we all know the truth. Colin Raiders are the best, though. Love you, Colin Raiders. This is your Colin Pauls. This is the perfunctory Colin Pauls. Love you guys. Back to the video.
The officer observed 3 open containers inside the vehicle in plain view, all of which were cold to the touch.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Judge, all cold to the touch. And after several attempts at waking the defendant, the officer broke the back passenger side window and placed the vehicle in park. When the defendant woke up, the standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. DIC were read, but the defendant refused. Blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
Any priority to be eyes?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fontenot, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
I'm now taking away your privilege to drive. You're not allowed to drive for the foreseeable future. Do you understand? And I would hope that you recognize it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. If I find that you consume alcohol, if I find that you use illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. And I don't care if Jesus needs a ride to church. You get into a car and drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Mike, when I know that he appreciates the awesome power and privilege it is to drive, I will allow him to drive. But until that point, and you coming up here telling me, oh, I've learned my lesson, means nothing to me. Actions speak louder than words. Heed this warning. You will not get another one. Do not drive. Do you understand?
In particular, the court wants him to do to demonstrate that.
I don't know, creativity goes a long way, but I want you to appreciate what it is to be able to drive. Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Do you understand? And I want you to appreciate that and understand that. I'd like a little bit of time in the past, a little creativity goes a long way, but how old are you, sir?
He's 19.
You're 19 years old. What are you doing with yourself these days, Mr. Fontenot?
I currently work in Conroe. I'm a diesel mechanic, so.
He's
You
employed
graduate-
full-time and he's never been in trouble. It's just for what it's worth.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
You need to understand that your life is just now starting. And what you make of your life now, it's like, it's a road, right? That you're building in your life now. That road can be smooth, it can be glorious, paved in gold, or it could be a chunky, rocky piece of crap, just cobbled stone that are filled with holes because you're in and out of jail. You're setting yourself up for the next 40 years of life. And if you end up in and out of jail with conviction after conviction, with drug problem after drug problem, it's not a good way to go through life. This life is about money and it's about this. Do you understand? And I want you to appreciate all this. And when I know that we do, then you and I can talk again. Above all else, do not consume alcohol. You have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Trent, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case, violate conditions, don't stay in contact. We're not going to have a good experience here. If you do as you should, then hopefully we'll come out of this unscathed. Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna have him sign the affidavit. We'll have him go sign a receipt of Victoria. You'll get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Judge, please, the court, I'll probably bring him back in about 30 days, just so you can check his progress.
Certainly can. Let's see how things are going. But him coming up here and just saying that I missed my license, I want to see some kind of proactivity.
Okay,
All
all right.
right. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, sir.
You excused?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Trent.
All right, page 23. Tovar, come on up.
The other way, sir.
I'm voting it right now. That's everything, right?
Morning, Mr. Tovar. Good morning. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On November 11th, 2024, officers observed the defendant's motor vehicle traveling with tail lamps emitting a white light in violation of Texas Transportation Code 547.322, which require a red light. Traffic stop was initiated. Officers ran a Texas license plate through NCIC, revealing the insurance to be unconfirmed. Officers made contact with the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, the defendant. The defendant displayed a Texas ID stating he did not have a Texas driver's license because he had to pay $300 to get another one. Officers ran the ID, finding the Texas driver's license to be ineligible and expired as of December 2020.
All right, Mr. Tovar, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm going to have you now sign with me today an affidavit. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. A kid has got to go to school. Do not drive. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive a car. It's an offense in and of itself. punishable by up to 6 months in jail. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we can talk. But until that point, if you drive, it's really just not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm not going to put any conditions on your bond other than you not driving. I will have you come up here, swear to us you're not going to drive, get you to Victoria, sign a reset, and then you're free to go. Don't drive. Don't. You understand? Okay, come on.
Francisco Hernandez or Gonzalez. Page 25, Wilson, just come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant's vehicle without a front license plate. The officers found that after running the defendant's license, it returned not eligible. Officers also observed that the defendant had 2 warrants for prior traffic infractions, and the defendant was also unable to show proof of insurance for the vehicle.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I will have you now sign an affidavit with me today. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if there's a medical emergency, a burning building, and you have to save 50 kittens. Do not drive. If I find that you do, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Your Honor.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will have you come up here, swear to us you're not going to drive. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, we'll let you go. When you come back, please have a lawyer. Oh, come on, something interesting, man.
That is, oh, wait, I'm sorry, we have one. McCardell. So for this one, he was set for THA yesterday. I'm sorry, on the 4th. Was unable to make it in because he said he was out of town working.
Step all
So he did THA today.
Okay.
And
You're a LeJared McCardle.
McCarter,
Sir, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain.
THA. He did arrange
Oh,
it
it's-
already. He was just rolled for.
Oh, I see. Got it. My fault. Do you have a lawyer today? What are you doing about that?
Court appointed lawyer. I don't know how to sign up to get one.
It's a matter of you Googling or perhaps getting a newspaper and start interviewing lawyers. That's what you need to do. Just because you say court-appointed lawyer, poof, it doesn't magically appear. Oh, there's a lawyer to represent you. This isn't, you need a lawyer to represent you and you need to go out there and hire one. You need to interview one. It's like buying a car. When you buy a car, your first car, you don't go to a Ferrari. You don't go to Lamborghini. Don't go to, well, I'm going to say BMW, but that's a, you go to a car that you can afford. It's the same thing with a lawyer. 99% of lawyers will put you on a payment plan if you ask. You need to find one that's right for you. Don't take them at first blush, negotiate the price. You know, they'll like I said, 99% will go down and they'll put you on a payment plan. It's a matter of you going out there and finding them. Do you understand? Okay. You've already been reset at least 1 to 2 times, right? Have you even tried to look for a lawyer?
Out of town working.
Okay. This is now important. You're facing a year in jail. Do you understand? Okay, so we're going to give you time. I'll give you another 30 days. When you come back, please have a lawyer, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mr. D.
Yes, sir, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yeah, hey, how are you?
Doing fine, Your Honor. Thank you, sir. Your Honor, I am here on Mr. James Houlihan. Mr. Houlihan was requested by the honorable court to go and take a drug test yesterday. It's my understanding from talking to pretrial services
Come up, Mr. Houlihan.
that the client tested positive for THC.
You've literally tested positive the entire time while you have been on bond.
Sir, I haven't smoked since August 25th.
You've tested positive
Is there a way I
October,
can?
August 27th. You tested positive September 30th. You tested positive now November 18th.
Then I can obtain the urine sample and I will go pay for it myself to show that it's been a steady decline because I have not smoked, Your Honor.
It should be out of your system. It's been
Heavy smoker.
it's been 3 months. 8, 9, 10, 11. It's been 3 months. When did you test positive? Yesterday?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I spoke to pretrial services. They reported to me that he did test positive. Client has,
He's done a total of 3 tests, right, Felicia?
Yes, I have one from his first hearing date and then a positive from the 7th of October where he was remanded in custody. And then none since October until yesterday.
I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Houlihan. I guess you just don't take us seriously. I've asked you repeatedly not to. You've tested consistently positive for marijuana. I've told you since day one, do not use, and you continue to test positive. What am I supposed to do?
Judge, if I may, could I get those dates that Mr. Houlihan tested positive again from the pretrial services?
So we have one on 8/27,
8/27/24,
September 30th,
9/30/24,
10/7,
10/7/24.
and now 11/18. I have no choice, Mr. Houlihan. It goes with you. Sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. D. Hi, Mr. D.
May I approach?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Judge, I've spoken with my client. It appears that he is requesting a hearing, formal hearing on the revocation of his bond.
Sure, okay. We can set it 3 days. Have a hearing, 3 days. I don't know if you want me to subpoena the people
Judge,
there.
I believe I'm gonna have to subpoena some documentation. I've already spoken to pretrial. I need to get the copies of the results of the lab test.
Whatever you want.
Okay,
Yeah, whatever you want.
okay, how much time? I think like 2 weeks minimum.
Sure. So whatever you'd like. I mean, it's up to you.
Hey, Judge, with all due respect, would you be amenable to releasing him until such time that it has been determined that from a formal hearing that is bond?
I've given him time after time, pass after pass, you know? I mean, if we're now 4 times, he's literally continued to smoke weed the whole time while he's on bond.
He has informed me that he is a habitual marijuana user, and I've been doing this a long time.
3 months.
Yes, sir, Your Honor, and with all due respect, during my training as a lawyer, come to realize that the amount of use that a person consume marijuana depends upon how long that particular drug will stay in your body.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
He said he's a
3 months?
habitual. 3 months, 90 days, 90 days, is 14 to 90 days.
That's
of
why we
someone-
normally give people, 40, 45 days to clear their system out. We've given them double.
But he could be, with all due respect, Your Honor, he could be one of those persons that fits in the 90-day range. He could fit in-
Show me literature that says it can stay in your system 90 days. Show
I
me
don't
something
have
that
it
says
now,
that, but
My experience over the years has suggested to me, and my learning and experience for practicing 37 years, I've known to have read documentation to show that for heavy users, marijuana can stay in the system from anywhere from 14 to 90 days. And because it stays in the body that long is because the body can only get rid of so much of marijuana at one time. And therefore, the other marijuana that remains in the system goes into the fat cells of the body. So that's why it can take up to 90 days sometimes for it to dissipate in the body altogether, especially from.
let's do this. Let's do this. Try to get the results, see where the numbers are as far as, how many nanograms there are in his body. I don't know, but let's take a look to see, have they gone up? Have they gone down? But I'm sure that we can pull everything there and take a look. I can't imagine that if he stopped when he said he was going to stop, it'd be out of his system. In my opinion, I think he's just continued to smoke and he hasn't stopped, and I just doesn't take it seriously.
With all due respect again, Judge, my experience again as practicing the law, the Code of Criminal Procedure, 1740, I believe. Code of Criminal Procedure 1740, Section A, Section B. I believe it states that it is upon a hearing that a person's bond can be revoked. If that person respects the law basis saying that in order to revoke a person's bond, that person has the right to request a hearing before that can be.
Just had a hearing. We've had multiple hearings with Mr. Houlihan. I've let him go on multiple times when he's tested positive. But at some point, I have to say when. You can't just continue to test positive and have a good result, Mr. D. And I appreciate your tenacity, but we're already 4 times.
Yes, sir.
If he tests positive in a week, now we're at 5 times. Are we still going to make the same argument? When do we say when? When does it become his actions?
And I request to do what I requested.
Yeah,
earlier.
get all the labs for sure. And you know what? We don't have to take 2 weeks. Take a couple days. Try to get it as fast as we can. Felicia is really good about getting records. It doesn't have to be 2 weeks. We can set it off for just a couple days.
Yes, sir. You are.
Like I said, I'm not out for blood, but I want him to understand that we mean business. We're not,
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Where's Mr. Cormier? Come up, Mr. Cormier.
Judge, look at, Cormier.
On the other way. Oh, there's
Go
two.
up,
Yeah, I know. Hey,
right there.
you gotta get him. Come up, Mr. Cormier. You got a warrant, dude.
I emailed the court name.
They issued 2 warrants. No?
They haven't been signed yet. I emailed the coordinator this morning. She's gonna talk to the DAs about it.
Okay.
They were supposed to take it before, I think she did the grand jury last month. And they're waiting. She was waiting to talk to the DAs.
He's saying that they went up yesterday and talked to.
But it was Phil, I believe, Judge, I wasn't one person.
my assumption that.
Are these new cases? I mean, they're from August. I'm sorry, October 10th.
But in my thought, when speaking with Phil yesterday, was that everything was good. He was good to go.
Phil,
Stevenson with
Okay.
Brian's office.
okay, yeah.
And so I know they were kind of there dealing with the. felony.
Let's do this. Just take a seat for me in the jury box now. Do you want to reach out to Phil and find out what's going on? And then, or,
So the trial date is January 7th.
okay. So understand that our case is old. I'm not going to wait for
Yeah, of
upstairs to
course,
play
yeah,
out, you know?
of course. And I don't think they're even out the same transaction.
Yeah, no. Ours is from February. So,
But I'll go upstairs and kind of see what's going on.
yeah,
I'll
just,
let
I mean, take your time. There's no rush. It's only, 10:30. We got a while, of course.
And Judge, on Form A, I believe it's because it's not been indicted. I don't know why it's not been indicted yet, but there's still complaints. So there's no capias issued on it.
Showing capias has been issued, 10/23. I see 2 capias
So that was done by the state judge.
recalled, issued in error,
Yeah, I don't think they're valid warrants, Judge.
called, issued in error.
Yeah.
It's been recalled. Are we just waiting for the judge to sign it?
No, I don't think, they're not gonna sign them until the case is indicted.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're not gonna sign anything. That's on whoever the felony prosecutors are. They gotta go indict the case, get their grand jury prosecutor to get on it. Because these cases you're right, they're quite old.
I mean, do they not care about the public? They don't care about protecting the public? We've got 2 aggravated assault cases here. We got to,
So I will say they do have, it
No.
looks like it's not in the grand jury queue, meaning that
I don't think they're gonna try.
this is on the individual prosecutor that is like in that court, that it's their case to indict.
And again, Judge,
send them an email to find out what the heck is going
I'll shoot
on.
them an email right now, Judge, and see what the status is if they have.
Say, hey, we've got the defendant here now.
I'll say it might not be their fault because the last grand jury date that even I was supposed to go to on the 18th, there was not a quorum. So there was no grand jury yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were supposed to do it yesterday and they just could not, or what the case is, but I can shoot them an email.
Yeah, let's just find out. We'll
Yes,
question them and see. If they're not going to do anything, I'm just going to let them go.
thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Hey, so how's our boy Westbrook?
He went straight to treatment, like he
Great.
said. Well, his mother's been emailing me. I haven't checked the details, but she also
We
gave
have
me access to his
tomorrow.
therapist.
They filed a BVR on him because he tested
They
positive.
filed it. Okay,
Do you know 100% he's in?
I will double check, but his mom sent me all the information.
Great. Can you get proof? Because
Okay.
if he's proof and he's in, I'll waive the appearance.
Okay,
But I'm just not gonna take his word. So we need some kind of, but if so, then great.
Will do.
We're happy. And that's great if he did. I was hoping that he would, no? So he's on probation upstairs.
DVR upstairs? Or-
Mr. Odom,
Oh, I'm sorry.
he
Yes.
just entered into the probation.
Yes, sir. He just entered yesterday.
Got it. Let me see who that is. Good morning, Mr. Odom.
Morning.
With us, you're charged with several cases. You're charged with violation of a protective order. You're charged with harassment. I think that's it. You entered in a very, very serious probation yesterday, a deferred, which is a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you don't end up with a conviction. But I want you to understand that you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this probation. And if you do it, wonderful, great things will happen for you. But if you break it, you don't do your conditions, you test positive, you're in a very tough court. And I'm telling you now, you could be doing many, many years in prison if you violate the probation. She's great, but she's no nonsense like us. Take things seriously. And if you're going to play games, we only got one place for you. And you could end up in prison for up to 10 years. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are we doing here?
We're doing a 300 credit for 120
One, the VPO or?
on the BPO, dismissing the harassment.
Okay. So one more thing that you also have to understand is that you're charged the violation of a protective order now, Mr. Odom. If you continue with the same course of conduct in a certain amount of time, they can file that as a continuous VPO, and there you're looking at yet another third-degree felony. So whatever you were doing to get you into this here, stop.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have children with this person, right? Okay, if you want to get access to your kids, and you should, because every child should have access to their every father should have access to their child. Do it the right way. Go through the family courts. Don't take matters into your own hands, because things are really going to go sideways quick. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this off. This violation of a protective order will go on your record. It will be there forever. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it is 300 days in jail with credit for 131 days credit. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything as part of the agreement. The harassment will be dismissed. Just like I said, be careful. There's so many other fish in the sea. Get it? No means no. Doesn't mean maybe. Doesn't mean this. No. No means no. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, man. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just abandon it. It's fine. Yeah.
So, Judge, on Cormier, I don't see the attorney.
Yeah, he took off. I don't know where he went. I'm sure he'll be back. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. They're indicting tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, they're indicted. So it's a new 3. He took like an information into the grand jury and got an information signed, not an indictment. Oh.
Never do that again.
Yeah, so, lesson learned, but tomorrow. we'll get
Okay.
that.
Aren't you in Spain?
I am in Spain. See how dedicated I am to the cause, Judge.
Are you in Seville? Where are you?
I'm in Madrid.
Oh, nice.
Yes, yes, yes. Todd's oldest daughter is teaching here now. She graduated college last year from Lewis and Clark, and she took a year and she's teaching English in Madrid. So
Wow, that's awesome.
isn't that cool?
That is,
Anyways.
awesome. And that's really cool that you guys go up there and visit. That's even better.
Yeah, we didn't want her to be alone on Thanksgiving because we're so generous. You know what I mean, Judge? We're such giving.
Absolutely. You guys are good.
Thanks, Judge. I'm just
Tell me.
teasing. But I don't see Day. It's hard for me to see. Is Day over there?
No, he's not up here, and neither is Amy. You want me to text
Okay.
him?
You can text him. I've texted him and maybe he doesn't even want to come because it's on the same bond as yesterday. We already agreed to an amount. But his dad is in the courtroom with the passport. So I was just going to have him walk it over and give it to Melissa. If you want Day to come up, that's totally fine. So it's totally up to he can zoom in. I can text him now too.
I'll call him real quick.
Yeah, you want to call him? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you handle it, Judge.
Just to make sure that he's.
Yeah, totally.
Hey. On Paria's case from yesterday, the father's here with the passport. Are you okay with just them giving it into Melissa? Okay. Got it. Okay, he's just turned it in now, so I guess I'll set the bond. Okay, okay, Paria, we're good. I'll set it for you now.
Awesome. And he's going to send the reset, Judge?
Oh, Day. Say that again, Paria?
Is he going to send the reset?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then
does he need to print it?
no, it's fine because
No,
I mean
email.
I'm talking to
Save
his
the
dad.
tweet.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But Day, just so I'm sure that we get the right. Are you doing it December 4th?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on, because it would be today.
Good job, Paria.
Thank you.
Yep, it would be the 4th.
Okay, perfect. Judge, do you need him out to admonish him, or do you just trust me to tell him and
No,
his dad?
I think we did yesterday. He knows.
Okay,
Do
perfect.
you need to
perfect.
speak to him?
I don't. I can talk. I'm talking to his dad 24/7, and once they bond him out, he can call me. So
Right, and then you just admonish and make sure that they know the 2 weeks.
100%.
Okay.
Yep, 100%, Judge. Okay,
Got
so setting the bond today,
Thanks,
15,000,
everybody.
right?
Right now.
Okay, y'all are the best. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bottom of page 34. Okay, bye, Paria. Have fun.
First approach, Your Honor.
Yeah, are you ready?
So just put that here. All right, Your Honor, I give you Mr. Farias. We are pleading to a probation on a DWI with a dismissal of an assault family violence.
Okay. You realize what's going on. You also need to realize that the DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die.
Understandable.
You ever get pulled over, officers, the first thing they do when they're pulling you over, they look up your record. If they see a prior DWI, they come up to your car and they smell alcohol, dope. What do you think they're going to do?
I'm gonna do.
Right. From now on, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. So no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. It's a lot of time to do. All you got to do from now on, you want to get lit, one button on a phone. You can have a car waiting to take you anywhere you want to go in this world.
Yes, sir.
$20. Do you understand?
Understand. I will testify the last time I did an Uber, it was 50, but yes.
Still cheaper than the alternative,
Much so.
right?
I was just offended at how much an Uber cost to take me
Still.
2 miles.
It's so much better regardless, even $50, you
I
know?
paid it. Or walking. Yeah.
So, Mr. Farias, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never change this or undo this. You give up the right to appeal. You understand?
Understand.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. And so you're saying we're doing, is it 180 days?
It's 180 days probated for 1 year, Judge.
Okay.
Relatively standard conditions. I believe they added BIP, which was part of the dismissal of the assault and violence case.
This is the 18-week BIP, correct?
Yeah, the regular BIP.
Regular BIP. All right. so-
I'm of the firm opinion that there's BIP and then there's other things that shouldn't be called BIP. So this is BIP. I believe there's a guardian interlock order, and speaking to my client, he does not have a valid driver's license, so we'll need to do a non-driving affidavit.
And
portable.
we will now make that a condition that you get your license as well.
Understand.
Did you get your high school diploma? That's another condition that we will do.
Did you get a GD?
In lieu of community service, we will do a GED or equivalent program. You must, at a minimum, get your GED. In this life, you can't go without a high school diploma. You're going to make pennies to when everybody else makes a dollar.
Understand.
So you have a lot of stuff here to do. I want you to understand this is not going to be easy. And I'm going to keep you on until you finish all this stuff. I'm not going to let you go. And if I have to put you in jail repeatedly to get you to understand, that's what I'm going to do, Mr. Farias. You will not leave this probation at a minimum until you get your GED. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I have to, I can hold you for 3 years, and I have held people on for that long to pay restitution, and I will do it in a heartbeat.
He's saying that he can extend your probation to 3 years, not put you in jail for 3 years. Want to make you understand that.
The Batters Intervention Program. The Batters Intervention Prevention Program, it's an 18-week class that you have to do once a week for 18 weeks. You cannot miss a class because the classes are designed for you to complete it in a certain way, and you have to go once a week for 18 weeks. I understand that you may work, but when you sign up for the class, you're allowed to sign up for what days you want. Make sure it's a day that you're off, perhaps a weekend, but don't set yourself up to fail for setting on a day that you know you got to work or you have other obligations. Don't call in, oh man, I can't work, I can't make it. They're going to kick you out.
Yes,
They
sir.
kick you out, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
You must do a DW education class. Did they put a victim impact panel? Okay, so I would prefer him to get the GED, right, and his driver's license. So for you to complete this program, all you have to do is just a couple things. Your driver's education class, your DWI education class, sorry, the BIP class, get your driver's license and get your GED. As long as you can do all those things, we're happy. Do you understand?
Understand.
If you violate this, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out to question why you mucked up. I'm going to put you right back in for who knows how long, and then I'm going to let you out, and we will continue on. And we're going to do this until you get your GED. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay. All right, guys. Good luck. Yeah, Nathan, what about the DPS fines and fees?
Okay, so there's a debate I have had amongst many defense lawyers about whether or not there is a DPS charge on a probation. And so the DPS statutes, when it relates to the super fine, say upon a final conviction. And
It is a conviction.
Well, it is a conviction, but because it's a probation is considered a final conviction for some things and not others. So I know numerous courts do not consider this to be a final conviction. I don't know about this court.
I think it's certainly a final conviction.
Then
You're just,
I would ask that the
the
court.
only thing that changes is it's a conviction, but instead of doing jail time, the jail time is probated. So it's still a final conviction.
Well, so here's the funness of this, because Anna actually asked me about this a couple weeks ago, and I had an hour to kill while I was waiting in court, so I looked through it very thoroughly. So the DPS statutes don't define it for the purposes of the superfine. They define it for other things, at which point even a deferred is a final conviction. So I don't think that that definition would apply to this. Under the penal code offenses, a probation is not a final conviction. And I haven't been able to go through case law. I would just ask that the court waive it. I'm court appointed. He has no money. He has no driver's license. He doesn't have a GED.
Working, right? What does he do?
I can bring him up to ask him specifics, Judge. I didn't go through it.
That's all right. Don't worry. Just waive it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
waive it. He's on the probation. He's gonna say it again. Yeah, reduce. Yeah, just reduce it.
I want to know the answer to that. I know Montgomery County as a whole does not do superfine on a probation because they believe it to not be a final conviction.
I think it's certainly a final conviction. There's no.
It's just, I want to read an appellate opinion that tells me, and I can't find one yet.
We approach Your Majesty.
Oh,
Your Honor.
what is? Tony.
Slip of the tongue.
What's new? What's new, man? Good to see you.
Good, man.
You too. Looking good.
Order in the court.
What's new? Oh, stop. You look great.
So Judge, this is on Elkarith Zabala Bonilla on the docket today. She's charged with tampering with the government record. She's got an ICE hold, so she's in custody currently. Now, I've offered a very simple PTI, decision-making class and dismiss. Tony was just asking, how can we get it done while she's in custody?
You want to bring a computer here and do it in the back there? You know, we can put her perhaps in the small cell and just, there's a desk right there. I mean, you'll have to probably sit there because she can't touch it, right?
Yeah.
She's not allowed to work the computer, but you can sit there and just.
The issue is, once upon a time, the DA had a class where it was free, but they no longer have, the DA no longer has those classes anymore. They had a site where she would go and do whatever classes she needed to do. So
I
the other
don't know
question.
if I can pay for it.
No, I know it. But she's got a relative.
Oh, good.
Who lives in San Antonio. So I need him to come over here with a credit card.
He can't go back there though.
I know that, but I could get the credit card.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And then can you have a computer that you can put down back there and just let it play? Problem is that you probably got to take a test.
Yeah,
You know, when you do like those decision-making classes, you got to take
Yeah.
a test. So you'll have to probably sit back there with her.
You have to do it in Spanish.
Correct.
They have them in Spanish.
It's not long. It's what, 2 hours?
2 hours
Yeah,
max.
2 hours.
If you run through it, you can make it.
Called above and beyond the Call of Duty, Tony. That's called. And hopefully she appreciates it.
Well, I hope so too.
No.
I'm trying to do the best I can for her. So the question is, would you have a computer or how do you want to?
bring yours.
Bring mine.
Since don't use a county if you're gonna use your credit card, because then everybody's got access to your credit card. On your personal one, bring it, you only have access to your credit card. Get theirs, pay for the class, and then just have her do the class back there. You know, we'll probably have to micromanage and sit there and do everything,
Well,
right?
I'll do it. I mean,
But yeah, it can happen though.
okay, I know. Well, I appreciate it.
Because I don't think that you'll be able to do it in jail. Well, you might, but
I'll either give her my credit card, or if her baby's father,
maybe they can Zelle you or something, you know? Maybe they can Zelle you so they don't even have to come here.
yeah.
Ask them, hey, you can Zelle me or Venmo or
It's not like they're not supportive of it.
it can happen.
Okay.
If you need more time, you
No,
know,
it's
as
just,
much.
this is my first appearance. I came in once when I was appointed, and this is only, and there's a lot of outstanding discovery, but I think
Well,
Mike
the
has given
offers,
me, Mike has given me an offer that I
can't refuse. Yeah, do it. Yeah. You've got our support.
Okay. All right, Judge. Let me,
Whatever you need.
talk to her, and I'll get a reset, and we'll set it up. I'll come back with my computer. She can use
And
it.
I don't think it's expensive. Man. It's
No,
20
You
bucks.
don't have to do the one on the DA website either. I think they got it for like 25, 20
Yeah,
bucks.
it's
that's
expensive.
what the.
I think it's called like the American Integrity Course, and they have other
yeah,
kinds of
AIC,
courses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good job, Tony. Great.
All right, thank you. Judge.
Thanks, Michael.
yeah, no problem.
Mr. Garris. Hey,
See you. I've
How
got
are you, man?
Johnson on the docket this morning, and so I'm starting the trial in about maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
yeah, I saw your other half over here. What are y'all doing?
You know, it bothers me that he gets to wear the hat and I don't get to wear it.
And the bottle, right?
But no, it's a DWI trial in court. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
We have Tammy Johnson?
Yes.
What are we doing with Miss Johnson?
Well, it's an old case. I got appointed Friday and we
Okay.
rolled it till today. She's not in custody, but she's here. And
She tested positive.
no, this was a case that had been outstanding for a while. You gave her a second chance and set a PR bond. But she is here.
Right, we asked her not to use.
And I've got good contact with her and, but she's here and.
Come up, ma'am.
Get the discovery in the case and had a chance to do a kind of cursory review. I think the state has done some vetting of it as well, but we're
Is
just,
she PTI eligible? Do you know?
well, probably would be, but I haven't had a chance to get that far. It's just been a.
Okay,
handful of
so,
days.
but understand I'm keeping it on a very short leash because it's 500 days old.
No, I know, Judge, and
So-
as diligent as possible. So-
Please. I'm giving you a chance. You're out in the free world. Most people at this, they wouldn't do it. I would just keep them locked up, you know? He's convinced me to let you out. Make the best of it, you know? Don't use. The only thing I'm asking you to do, don't use alcohol, don't use illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I'm telling you that now. I just took in 2 seconds ago, someone into jail because they're drinking alcohol. No means no. No from any source. I don't care what it is. Now, your case, like I said, it's very old. It's time to get on it. So I'm going to give you guys one setting. You need to find out what you want to do. At the next setting, you got to come back. I'm going to give you 30 days, but you got to come back and you have to let me know what you want to do. You must either accept a plea bargain from the state. If you want to apply for the diversion program, you must have the packet done by the next 30 days. Mr. Garris can tell you what that entails, but that is a program that if you're granted entry into and you complete it successfully, the DWI gets dismissed. But you have to apply and then you have to take an evaluation. You got 30 days. Don't use. Do you have a Texas driver license? You're not allowed to drive. The worst possible thing you can do with this short life is get into a car and drive, Ms. Johnson. You already have this affidavit not to drive, so understand that, all right? Okay, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So she needs to leave. She cannot leave because I need her to sign pretrial bond conditions because I don't think that we've done that. So just get the date. We'll give her the reset. Unfortunately,
Step away. No more.
she had to take off to the 2:30 to help out. So, but we'll have her back at some point. We'll do the conditions then. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck with your trial. Hey,
All right, if you'll just.
come up, Mr. Cormier.
Coordinator to come out.
when she comes
I
out.
think we got some clarity on everything. I don't know if this.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I already talked to them. Judge will allow us to do a walkthrough once it's indicted, so.
So you got to understand that they're planning on indicting your case tomorrow. What that means is that they're going to take it to a grand jury, and assuming a grand jury finds that there's probable cause, 2 warrants will issue tomorrow. Don't run. It's the worst possible thing you can do, because then you're a flight risk. And when people are flight risks, the only thing that happens are their bonds go sky high. So don't. Stay close, stay in contact with your lawyer, and then they'll be able to work something out with the felony court. As far as our case is concerned here,
January 7th.
so we're setting your case for trial. So be ready, okay? Because we're not going to wait for the felony court. Your case is old here. Do you understand? Okay, guys, good luck.
Thanks, Judge.
One at a time, please, counsel.
Can you
Just,
read
you
it out?
can- yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so just more THA or? Okay, all right. Ms. Furlow, come up, ma'am. I don't know what the issue is, but I think that, you know, you're calling it, not being very nice to my staff.
That was,
And-
me and her had a good conversation. I mean, the lady, she said she was even going to try to help me. She even wanted to let me come today. That's how I got the information.
You weren't supposed to be here today. We gave you a date
Yeah, but we're
of
not.
December 16th.
Yeah, but
for
when
the.
I called and I explained to her that I won't be here, I won't have nowhere to stay while I'm here, and I told her, she said, bring my information, my documents that I had to prove that I had eviction and I was moving back home to my mom. So how can I be here on December 16th if I'm leaving on the 15th?
You've got this case open, right? So you can't just
I know that's,
move and leave without taking care of this first, you know?
I know, but that was already arranged. That's why I called and did due diligence to say, hey, how do I go about this process? And
Okay, so you need a lawyer, right? We spoke about that last time.
that's why I brought everything to show that I have an eviction. How can I pay for a lawyer? I don't even have the money for one. And I'm.
If I remember last time you came here, you said you have your own business, you've got
Just because I have business, that
4
doesn't mean I
trucks
make money. Yeah,
that
I
you've
did,
got.
but I'm here because the guy who I'm here for ruined that truck, totaled the truck, and I don't have it. I never got it back. That's why I'm here. My livelihood was ruined by the guy that I'm here for.
Now charged with terroristic threat.
That's fine.
You've been filed on for this case.
I just came here to respectfully see how can I go about the process that a person, when I called, a rep told me to do this. So I came here to respectfully go about the process the right way, so I don't miss court. Paper says if you can't make it to do your due diligence, so I'm doing my due diligence and I'm not getting the, I guess, response or help. I don't know.
Okay, so you work now currently, right?
My livelihood, no, my livelihood, my work was my truck. It is ruined, it is gone. I have no work. The guy I was here for that worked with me crashed and totaled my truck, which means my work, my only livelihood, my business is ruined.
What were you doing before?
I had my business for 6 years,
Doing what?
running a commercial fleet service, 26-foot box trucks.
Okay, and how much money were you making a month?
Monthly, after pay, I would say maybe 8,000, and that's including paying for the truck note, truck insurance, and rent.
Okay, so how much money do you make now a month?
I haven't made money since he trashed my truck, which was what, September 28th or something like that?
So you tell me you've been out of work since
I have
September,
been getting help
now
from
in
my mom.
November?
I've been out, I don't have work, I had a business.
How do you support yourself now?
Family is helping me, which is why I say I'm going back home to my mother who's helping me. I
Okay,
worked
so
very hard in my life. I'm not a dummy. I have degrees. I worked very hard in my life. I worked for American Red Cross. I also have a phlebotomist certificate. I also have a real estate license. I'm not dumb, stupid, or slow. You're not talking to no one who's sitting here in front of you claiming something. I've worked hard in my life with the American Red Cross for 12 years. Not dumb, stupid, or slow. I opened a business. I started a business and the man ruined my business. And I'm here for free. Yes, I did. If you call it a terrorist there, call it what you want. Someone ruined my livelihood that I worked very hard for, would not return it. I don't have the keys to my livelihood, $72,000 truck with a loan still on it that I still have to pay for. I can't, I don't have it.
I can give you an application for an appointed lawyer. We need you to fill it out. Don't just put zeros. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have at the bank, how many cars you have, house, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, IRAs. Just fill it out and I'll take a look if you qualify. And if you qualify,
Again, if I'm not going to be here, I have an eviction. I don't know what more you need to see if you need me to miss court because I'm not going to be here or be sleeping on the street. I don't know if that's what you want from me. That's not how I live my life. That's not how I went to school to plan to live my life. I don't know if you want me here living on the street. We get the court December 16th, but again, if I have an eviction that I brought to you from a community complex, a legal document, where do you want me to sleep until December 16th?
you can't just take off.
I did not say that. That's why I am here to ask you the correct procedure. That's why I am here. I came here to ask you to do my due diligence, so I don't just take off. I could have, a million people just take off. I'm doing my due diligence and I'm just not getting the proper, I guess, or respect or
Hey,
response.
I don't appreciate your passive aggressive.
I'm just trying to do my due diligence and you're just saying, I don't know.
I know that you're touting the due diligence word, and I've told you also repeatedly that you need a lawyer to represent you. The lawyer can give you guidance. I cannot. I can't give you legal advice. I cannot give you guidance. I can only tell you that you need a lawyer, what you're charged with, what you're facing, the bond conditions that you have. At this point in the game, it's lawyer. You need a lawyer. I've told you that you need to go hire one. You're telling me that you don't have money, that you've not worked since September. So the next stage is I give you an application to fill out. And I'm going to give you an application to fill out, but don't give it to me with all zeros because I'm going to send it back to you. Just fill it out honestly, fill it out thoroughly, and I'll take a look whether you qualify. And if you do, I'll provide you with a court-appointed lawyer. But you got to understand, in this life, the way that you've acted to me, the way that you've threatened the staff, the way that you've threatened my coordinator on the phone, in this life, you get
Your coordinator, I had a very good conversation.
Your only discussion was with the judge.
you get more with honey than you do with vinegar.
I'm sorry, can I say something? Me and the coordinator had very good conversation. So what coordinator did you spoke to that told you that? Because we had a good conversation and she just said no. I had a very good conversation with the coordinator who actually told me, no, come up here tomorrow. I said, I could come next. She said, no, come tomorrow. If I was you, gave me correct steps. So I don't know. It wasn't Latoya Furlough. I don't appreciate that because I've never had an incorrect conversation with anyone on the phone. I called one time and got that information one time from a lady who thanked me and I had a conversation outside of this with that person on the phone. So it wasn't out of a conversation at all, for not even a second.
A big part of this life is also listening. I've been trying to explain you stuff as well. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar in every aspect of life. If you act like this to the lawyer that we give you, you're not going to have a good relationship and it's not going to go well. So remember, be patient, be nice. It takes a while to get evidence. Rome wasn't built in a day. So if we give you a lawyer today and you start hooting and hollering, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, it takes time.
Yes, sir, you're judging me. I'm not like that. I'm not like that.
I'm just telling you to be patient and be nice because it goes a long way in every aspect of life. All right, do you mind giving an application? Thanks.
Judge, I don't want to get into the facts or anything, but I just want to correct any misrepresentations that were made to the court. The complainant.
Wait, hold on.
The complainant in this case is not her former employee, it's his family. So the people that she was named, his brother-in-law, sister, and their child. I just want to make that known to the court. It was not the employee that was the complainant in the terroristic threat.
Okay, do we have proper bond conditions in place now?
They don't speak English. Yeah, say anything.
Ma'am, Ms. Furlow, it's not your turn to say anything, just please. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right.
It looks like there's a no contact as part of the bond conditions, which I think is.
On the appropriate complaining witness?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right, so ma'am, if you just mind, be so kind to take a seat. Ms. Oko.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey, good morning.
I'm on Mr. Zigri. I'm sorry, Judge, let me open this up. Mr. Zigri, Branislav Zigri. Let me go to my office.
So dude's on deferred out of the felony.
On for this one, so we'll leave him.
Okay, do you mind, guys, do you mind grabbing Mr. Zigri, please? Good morning, Mr. Zigri.
Good morning, sir.
Your lawyers asked for me to set you a bond. You were wanted out of state for another charge. I don't know you. I've never met you before, and I have to get to know you in a very short amount of time. I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but really, I don't know you. My only concern are two. Number one, and most importantly, public safety. Number two, if we give you a bond, are you going to go to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So Amy, tell us about Mr. Zigri.
Yes, Judge. He's wanted from Ottawa County, Ohio for grand theft. The amount for the grand theft has to be greater than 7,500, less than 150,000.
Wow, that's a big.
Yes. As the court knows, he is currently on deferred for that state jail theft. On that state jail theft, he did have a prior bond.
I know, I saw it.
Prior bond forfeiture.
Yep.
Day and I are requesting no bond on this case. We
Continue to get PR bonds. It's like catch and release. Is that what we're doing?
No, sir.
He has also other criminal history from Pennsylvania and Ohio for bad checks and thefts. I believe he was previously arrested as a fugitive from justice in August of 2022. He's had bad check and thefts in 2013, 2014, 2022, and 2023.
Okay, so how many thefts are we talking here in total? I mean, that's at least 6.
I'd have to count, to be honest, Judge Fleischer.
When does it stop?
It stopped when I was extradited here and put on probation in Harris County. And I've made all my restitution payments in which I'm current. And I've been doing so since July of 2022, sir. And I have a full-time job. I make now $2,000 a week.
Is this a new case from Ohio or is this an older case? What do you see?
This one was issued from October 18th of 2023.
Okay, so it is older. Well, but this, so you said what day?
October 18th.
Okay, so he gets on deferred in July, and then this case is in October. So 1 month later, he picks up a new case.
No, sir. The actual case was from January. I was extradited. I posted bond there and I was extradited to Harris County directly out of Ottawa to here. And that's what I've been on probation here for. This is not a new case, sir, at all.
I will say it was the warrant that was issued, so.
Yes,
not the case, but,
And from what he had said, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you can finish.
Sorry, from what he has said, he's not been able to leave Harris County to go to Iowa due to his probation conditions to take care of this case. So that's pretty much why he's here now.
So I missed it. I zoned out. Say it again.
Sorry, Judge.
No, it's my fault.
From what I'm being told, Mr. Zigri was not able to go to Ohio because of probation conditions to take care of the warrant. So that's why he's in this condition today.
I gotta imagine that if he asks his probation officer, hey man, I gotta go take care of this warrant, and they go ask the judge, then perhaps that they would give him. But, my main concern, Ms. Oko, is that, if I send him a bond, whose money is he gonna be paying it from?
This judge, he does have a full-time job.
We've got a ton of theft cases. So who else's money is it?
Judge Fletcher, I also forgot to mention, he does have open warrants as well that are also.
Somewhere else.
Also in Ohio, yes, I forgot to mention that.
It's all on the same case. There's 2 warrants. There's 3 cases pending, a misdemeanor and 2 theft cases. Yes, sir.
Sorry, dude.
Okay.
It's time to pay the piper, man. I can't, I
have not been running, so that you know, I've been reporting to probation. If you look at my Harris County, I've been reporting to probation, making $1,000 monthly payment on that and working full time. So I have not been running or absconding in any which way.
And I think our main concern is we always want people made whole, because
That's what I've been trying to do, Your Honor. Honestly, like if you look at my probation record.
Really, it's okay. It's neither here nor there. I don't know, Ms. Oko. I really have a concern that he doesn't have any money. Where is it going to come from? Someone else's bank account other than his,
Understood, Judge. I mean,
tell me something, Ms. Oko.
From what he stated, he does have a full-time job. He takes care of his sister who is disabled at this time. So he's making restitution payments. So I'm in from what I'm hearing, it's as if the time has given him opportunity to do things right. Right. At the end of the day, he's not good at stealing because he keeps on getting caught. So I do think that he's doing things right now, which is why he's not getting caught, because he's not doing anything wrong from what I'm hearing.
Here's the deal. You are an inherent flight risk because you've got all those open cases in another state. So when we set you a bond, if we set you a bond, you're going to have to pony up probably 100% of it. There's no 10%, there's no 20% on these types of cases.
Yes,
You're
sir.
going to have to pony up all that money. And we're talking probably somewhere in the neighborhood of around $6,000 to $7,000, $7,500. So, I don't know if you have that kind of money.
My company that I work for, my boss, can help me out, and my wife is here. She can help me out, and I have savings that I've worked for, that I've saved.
Like I said, Your Honor, once again, he's not a good.
I just asked, please talk to my probation officer.
I'm not going to talk to your probation.
Okay, she knows where I work. I work for, I'm
Who do you
not.
work for?
So I guess, I guess talk to the family, see if they're willing to pony up $7,500. What I
Yes.
would say is, that money should be used to get a lawyer in that other jurisdiction, because all you're doing is you're basically getting out. We give you 2 weeks to go turn yourself in,
Okay.
whereas we could probably have them here within the next 2 weeks to come get you and take you back there for free. And using that money to hire yourself a lawyer there, right? You're going to deplete your savings.
Just have not come twice. I've been pulled over twice. They declined to come get me, Your Honor. And I just been sitting here. That's why.
Is that
I was
right?
just in Brazoria County, ma'am.
He was just in Brazoria County because he had a conviction over there.
Yeah, I just handled that, paid $2,900 and settled that case out. Those are all my.
So has he been given a bond before?
In Harris County, Judge?
No, but he's saying that he was arrested on this very same thing in Brazoria County.
Yes,
Now here again.
they let me go. They didn't come and get me.
So it was your responsibility at that time to go up to Ohio to take these
They
things.
didn't come get, yes, they didn't just,
You're not understanding.
I didn't have a chance to speak to my probation officer. I just
Has
spoke.
nothing, well,
I need a jurisdiction from the judge, Your Honor. That's what I just got to go up, to go travel, to go and handle that case. Because I'm done running. I'm not running, but just constantly, every time I get pulled over, they arrest me. I sit 14 days, 20 days.
So Judge.
and then you know what? And that's a great point. If I set you a bond now, you still have the bond condition from upstairs that you're not supposed to leave. So
From where?
From upstairs.
I
You're
know,
telling
she
me
gave me the opportunity to go up there. After I got out of Brazoria, she
there's
told
now so many inconsistencies now. When did you get the opportunity to go up to
about a
Ohio?
week ago. I just got it because I just got out of Brazoria. They just released me out of Brazoria, not even a week ago. I was in court on November the 2nd, on a Friday. If you look at my court date, I was in court on November the 2nd in Brazoria.
Judge Fleischer, Dave says he's going to be up in 5 minutes.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to put him back for now. Ms. Oko, let me wait for Day to get here and then let me help them get them out so they don't have to just sit here and wait. Give me
Yes,
5
Judge.
minutes. We'll be right back.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Oko. Sure. Hi, son. Okay.
So,
Hi, Day.
So I don't know how much was approached on for this defendant's history from before, but I was surprised to hear that the court was considering a bond. For this defendant, on top of the warrant that he's wanted for in this filing, is that he has another concurrent warrant that they haven't filed on yet. that is on.
Say he's got 3 cases, 3 open cases.
Well, there's one out of another jurisdiction. So he might actually have multiple ones in that county, but he has another warrant out of another county in Ohio. But on top of that, he was on deferred for another case while having an open case here in Harris County.
He's on deferred somewhere else too?
It shows theft by deception. Here we go. So the one that I show here, the theft by deception was pled down, convicted lesser offense, probation for 5 years.
That's just deferred here in Harris County.
No, this is the one from Ohio. I'm saying he has probation there, and I'm not able to, actually, no, it looks like a different case number. But on top of that is in 2022, after he entered in that deferred, while he had an open case here, is that he was a fugitive from that probation before he caught this new charge for new fugitive case from.
Hold on a second.
Sure.
He needs to hear this. Do you mind bringing him out again, please?
Yes, please.
So let me bring him up. He needs to hear this, Day, you know? Hey, you okay? Yeah. No.
He has a felony case out of the case in here, Aaron Reyes. Felony is about a live drug case. We're set for a suppression hearing January 23rd, and we're fairly confident that once that's hopefully heard and dismissed, that state will follow suit in this court. In this case.
Okay, it's not too old. Do you want the same day?
Yes, sir.
Sure, you got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but this is 140, and then by then it'll be around that time. I'm cool with it.
It'll be resolved that day.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
You got it, man. ¿Qué onda? Oh, you don't need it?
Not yet. Hopefully soon today, if not tomorrow.
Did we work the issue out from yesterday?
I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Right, because it just got filed, like, it had to have been 2 hours ago, because this morning I checked and it wasn't filed now, but I don't have the fugitive packet, so I don't know if the correct documents are here from Douglas County. That's what Abel's verified right now.
Is he still with us?
Yes.
We might be okay.
I had a feeling that, I mean, you're just running it so close. Just.
Well, because they were concerned because a new case wasn't filed. Yes, Douglas County's like, well, do you want us to cancel the transport? Don't cancel transport. He's come on the 26th. I can't do this over again.
Yeah. Right. What? What? I mean, really?
We're doing what we can.
Yes. You're doing great. Let me enlighten you on one thing, Mr. Mr. Zegri, that the more open cases you have, the more of a flight risk you become. At least in my book, because when there's more blood out there at stake, you're just more of a higher risk, you know? Day, please.
Your Honor, on August 22nd, 2022, he was arrested for 2 charges, passing bad checks and theft by deception. He ultimately entered into a plea deal on August 25th, 2022, where he was supposed to serve 5 years of probation. However, he was also simultaneously found to be a fugitive from justice from Solon Police Department in Ohio on August 23rd, 2022. He was released on his own recognizances, but also on simultaneous deferred out of Port Clinton.
The understanding that he would go to for the new charge?
I don't know, because it was shortly after that he was placed on deferred in our jurisdiction on July 11, 2023. Oh, no, it was a little bit before. Sorry, it was the other way around. He resolved the theft by check, the state jail felony here, then went there to resolve that. But because he already had an outstanding fugitive case, and the fact that he's on at least 3 concurrent deferred, and the fact that he has 2 active warrants, one of which is a probation violation, which hasn't been filed, but if it files, that it would be a pre-signed waiver, which he would have no ability to make bail or bond. And so because of those 3 reasons is that.
So how do you know there's a pre-signed waiver? Or are you speculating?
It's not guaranteed, but the fact that it's a probation violation, I mean, I can call and ask, Judge, if that's the.
No, it doesn't. It's just too much. You know, you're on multiple probations. You're on a probation here. You've now got 2 other cases in 2 other jurisdictions. It's just too much. At some point, we gotta say when. We can't. I mean,
No,
it just, you gotta understand it.
I've just been trying to make it right, Your Honor. I've been paying everywhere. And the same thing with Ohio, the probation. You're more than welcome because I'm making payments there.
You don't have to say anything.
Yes, sir.
The only thing is just don't pick up any more cases, man.
I've been
If you
clean.
don't have a check.
I've
it's-
been squeaky clean. No checking accounts, nothing. My wife does the banking. I have absolutely done nothing for 2 years trying to stay clean
that's
and make it right.
Perhaps, she's the one that should start taking over the finances.
She
you know.
has.
I know if you want something, you want to get it, just don't.
No.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, Miss Oko.
Yes, Judge. And
Okay.
he'll be keeping his waiver at the time. He won't be revoking it.
Sounds good. 14 days from.
Has he already waived? He's already waived? Okay,
Yes,
so
it's
we'll
on
just,
Tampering Friday.
we'll keep your waiver for now. And then if they don't come get you within the 14 days, we will release you. But do you have any indication as to whether they want him?
They didn't come from me in Brazoria, not even a month ago.
We can reach out, especially since there's two different counties. I mean, we send out the notices the day we confirm. So today, the fact that he's keeping the waiver, we should know by this afternoon, at latest tomorrow morning. So, I mean, because also simultaneously, if you were to bond out and
You got to understand though, is that even if they don't come get you and we release you, those warrants will forever remain active until you go take care of them. So every single time you step out there, you're going to come here, do another 4 to 2 weeks, every single time.
I just wanted to pay Harris County because they promised me, the judge told me that when I'm done paying.
You need to go to Ohio as soon as possible to take care of those things. At
Is
the
there
very
a
minimum,
pilot here?
you'll post bond so those warrants lift. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. Sir.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Oko. Let's do it. Donald Brown, coming up.
The 12-month deferred, Judge. I told him that if he does everything, we can always approach on an early termination potentially. So.
We usually do that as part of in an effort to entice you to complete everything well, do it fast, and be nice to everybody. One of the things we like to do is, take people off early if they do well. You're charged, though, with a very serious case. You're charged with indecent assault, contact with fluid. That's a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 12-month deferred. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you need to understand that you give up so many rights by entering into this agreement, where if you violate the agreement, we can issue a warrant for your arrest. And the full range of punishment is available for us to put you in jail an entire year. As part of the agreement, you will do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they think you need conditions and assess it, you must fulfill those conditions. As part of the other part of the agreement is that you will have no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with Ms. Vo. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you cannot undo this or change this. It is there until you complete it or unless it gets terminated through a violation. Is this how you understand it?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 12 months. If you do everything you're supposed to, we will take you off in half the time. Just don't have any contact with this person. Do what they assess, and then that's it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. All right, guys. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, Connor, or who's this gentleman?
Mr. Salinas is for a plea, Your Honor. We have the translator also.
So much.
Por favor, conteste a voz alta.
Oseas Salinas.
Salinas.
Mr. Salinas, you're charged with assault of a family member. you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
Una multa de hasta $4,000.
You have worked out an agreement where they are offering you 45 days in jail
La cárcel.
with credit for the 7 days that you have done.
7 días que ya cumplió.
Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that there is an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another assault of a family member like this, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony. You can be looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. And when I mean an assault, it doesn't have to be a drag down, beat down where someone is bleeding. All you have to do is squeeze someone's arm where it hurts a little bit. That can now get you charged with a very serious felony offense. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this agreement as well. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. You can never change this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of assault of a family member? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. Good luck to you, Mr. Salinas. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Judge.
Page 8, Daily. He was set for THA yesterday, called and asked to roll it, and then here we are.
Okay, 2501. Is this, what's his last name?
Cruz Antonio.
¿Cómo?
Cruz Antonio.
Cruz Antonio.
Both of these numbers. Should work to the office. Okay, so go, you can take that back. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure that this is the right thing?
We're just pointing to the positive drug test, if you're okay with that.
Oh, that's right. He's not getting on probation. We're just pleading true.
Right, so he's on probation right now, MRP.
Right.
He's got 2 pending felonies.
Correct.
His MRP is those 2 charges plus.
We're not, let's, no. We'll just go just on the positive drug test. That's it, not the new law violations, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, so is it true or untrue that you have violated your probation?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna find that it's true. And I mean, he's got quite a bit of time. He's been in custody for, yeah. What time are we looking at, Melissa? Oh, you put it up here, sorry. So it's 30 days in jail, credit for the 83 days that you've done. I am going to suspend your license now for 180 days. Run it CC as far as the 3,000. This isn't, Alex, this isn't a 0.15, is it?
No, Your Honor.
Did we CC it the last time? You know, Mr. Cruz, I want you to understand one thing and hear me loudly, hear me clearly. You have a bunch of stuff that's on your record now. You need to be careful when you're out there in the free world, because anytime you get in contact with a lawyer, when you get in contact with an officer, all they do is they look you up. If you're in a car, they're going to pull you over. They pull you over, they're going to look at your record. They're not going to like it. They will harass you forever and a day. Don't give them a reason to take you down. If you want to get lit, you want to go burn, you want to go drink 35 shots of tequila, just don't get into a car. One button, an Uber, it's now $20 to $50. It's cheap, a lot cheaper than what you're doing now, right?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you're now facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new DWIs that you pick up. And I'm going to tell you, even the remote faintest smell of alcohol with your record, they're going to take you down. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right, man. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. You want to bring the plan in? I'm gonna.
Trying to see if you can.
Are we doing what? Are we doing a probation?
Probation, correct.
18 months though, because of the
Yeah. Will you remind me the last name again, please?
What?
The last name again?
studios. Raul.
That's it, Raul Castillo. So, Mr. Castillo, you're charged with the total of 3 cases. You're charged with a felony theft of a firearm, DWI. Shh. And then you're also charged with
Possession, I think.
yeah, possession of a controlled substance with us.
Xanax, I believe.
I want you to understand that this DWI is going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Anytime you get pulled over, officers will see your record, which is not that good. And I'm going to tell you, every time you get pulled over, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, no matter who you're with, they're going to harass you because of your record. The record speaks for itself. And they're going to, no matter if you are coming from church and you're dressed to the bells to the nine, it don't matter. They're still going to mess with you. Do you understand?
I understand.
So don't give them the opportunity. If you want to drink, if you want to go smoke, if you want to do this, just don't get into a car. How much money have you spent over the course of the last 10 years on all these cases that you've had when literally $20 clicking one button, maybe 30, can take you wherever you want to go. I'm going out on a date with my wife this Friday. I haven't gone out on a date in months, but I'm going to take an Uber because I want to drink like a fish. But I'm going to do it the right way. And that's taking an Uber, right? It's the responsible way. As much as I would prefer to drive, I know that officers hand out DWIs like it's candy on Halloween. So it's easier for me. That's the way you do it. That's the responsible way of acting. You understand? And you got to understand from now on, you ever pick up any more cases, whatever it may be, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. And on a DWI, it's a minimum of 30 at least. And then with your other priors, they're kicking up to 90 days. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. You understand? Shh. As part of the agreement, they're going to dismiss the theft of the firearm, the possession of a controlled substance. As part of the agreement, that gun will also be confiscated as well. You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It will be there forever. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. You can never change this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to 180 days in jail. However, I will probate that for 18 months. You will do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those. You must do thinking for a change, which is a class. You must do a DWI education class. This is a first, right? Have you confirmed that it's true first? Alex, please. 2 victim impact panels. No breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. No drugs, alcohol, guardian interlock, and a $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. What do you do for a living, Mr. Castillo?
Self-employed as a landscaper.
How much money do you make a month?
Anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500.
Who do you support in this life?
That's myself right now, and I'm actually trying to help my dad.
My father, I live with him. His dad's here.
Say it again?
His dad's here with him and he works with his dad.
Okay, I'm gonna do you somewhat of a favor. I'm gonna roll your court costs, but there is a DPS fine and fee that you're gonna be required to pay. We will give you 2 years to pay it. But you gotta understand, if you don't pay it, there's jail time that comes along with it. I mean, it's gonna end up being maybe like $75 to $100 a month, but you gotta pay it. All right, so I wish you the best of luck. Make this thing work. If you don't, I'm gonna issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm gonna put you in custody. You're looking at an entire 180-day sentence. Do you understand? Do you have a Texas driver license?
No, I do not.
Okay. We need to make sure that he gets a license as well. Okay, you need a license, man. You just, if you're a landscaper, freak, you gotta, don't drive. I'm making it a condition of your bond that you're not to drive until you get your Texas driver license. I want that done within 60 days. Yeah, it's within 60 days, you must get your driver license. I want you today to go there to start doing what you can to get it. I'm not gonna suspend your license here. Do you know what happened on the LR suspension?
I don't think he has a license, so.
Can you run his license real quick?
I'll see if. Yeah, it was 4 years ago, the arrest, so.
Yeah, it's not a 2-year agreement plan because it's been.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the new surcharge?
So George, you give this to your client, will you? This is the driver's license division for DPS. This is who you need to call to figure out how to get your license back. You call them in the morning and say, hey, this is me. I need to get my license. What do I need to do? Because it's been so long, you're gonna have to take the driver's test. You're gonna have to take the written test. When you call them, you call at 7 in the morning. Don't call at 9, don't call at 1, don't call at 2, don't call at 7:02, because you're not gonna get through. Those lines are so busy. You gotta call right when the phone line's open, and that's at 7.
7 o'clock in the
And you'll
morning.
get through.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sure.
We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Make it work, okay?
Thank you.
Good job, Mr. Ram.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Your Honor, Mr. Alexander is here. And I think.
That Mr. Alexander over there?
Yes, back
Come up,
up.
Mr. Alexander. Is that mom?
Yes.
Mom, come up. Why are you running, man? Nothing good happens when you run. You know that he picked up a new case.
No, he didn't pick up a new case. The case that you have precedes this case, and all of it is in conjunction with this case. It is
Your
the same.
I believe the case, I don't know if it's filed or not.
Same set of facts?
It is not
Yes.
the same set of facts, but it predates this case.
It involves the same complainants.
Right.
Or the same family, not the
Right.
specific.
Oh, I remember. It's
The
right,
offense
it's the
date is
family and
August
it's.
first, allegedly. So it's not like he violated his
Okay.
bond. I just want to get that clear.
So I'm not gonna do anything to your bond. Just, you gotta be careful, man, you know? The thing is that they're gonna issue a warrant at any time. You guys have to be careful. Do you know when, has Michael told you?
Your Honor, I've kind of let my client, I saw this come up a month ago or so, and it just has never, it's still been in the same kind of not signed status. So we're just.
We had this exact same situation happen earlier this morning as well. And with that case, they're taking it to the grand jury tomorrow. Hopefully we can get that done with this case so that you guys can get notice of when it's going to happen, because what you don't want to happen is at some point them issuing a warrant and you guys are in a very bad position when that warrant hits, like you're out of town and they take him in custody when you're in Louisiana or wherever it may be, because then it's just going to be a complete and utter disaster. So the quicker you guys take care of this, the better it is while you're here.
And Your Honor, I'm not, the state doesn't really want to do anything with this case.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
I just would like a reset and.
I know, but I want him to work out the case upstairs too.
I understand.
At his best.
I understand.
Michael,
Yes, sir.
can you look at Mr. Alexander? The exact situation about the warrant not being signed, we have another one of those right here now.
Right.
With that case, they're taking it to the grand jury tomorrow. Can that happen with this case? Do you know? So that we can all take care of this at one time. I'm trying to prevent them signing it at a later date when they don't know about it, and then it just exploding.
You know, I can check for him too. If he texts me, I'll check and see.
You're gonna do that on a daily basis? That's like, you know,
I'd have to get the felony prosecutor to agree to get an urgent date. The grand jury would have to agree to give the prosecutor an urgent date to get the case indicted. I'm not sure at this point. I can send them an email and say that you're requesting that.
I mean, you don't do that.
Okay.
Just, you know,
It is what it is, Your Honor. I don't know.
you just gotta be on the lookout. You know, what I would do is probably call a bonding company and let them know, hey, this is my son. Can you just be on the lookout for when it hits and just let us know?
And I'm able to look it up online as well. I mean, it's public information. I see the same.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, you'll just probably, you have to be on a daily basis looking, you know. I'm glad you came.
I think it is taking a toll on him, Your Honor. So I appreciate the court working with us.
I mean, you've done nothing wrong to this point. There's no need to punish when you've done nothing wrong. Just, the best thing you can do is just stay out of trouble.
And he's doing that. He's
And
doing that.
has he gotten a job or doing anything now? Or
He started the GED program.
great.
He started counseling, so he is doing what you asked him to do. He is doing what I've asked him to do. You know.
How do you
there's a
feel?
Healthy level of anxiety associated.
It's natural. How do you feel? Are you doing well with the classes? Have you been doing it really? You know, in this life, if you put your heart into it, you can achieve anything. That's what's so great about this place. Really. Just you put your heart, soul into anything can happen. Really. That's what this life is about. Making a lot of money and having a lot of knowledge, Mr. Alexander. And it starts in school, in high school. Okay. We'll let you guys go. Just be on the lookout. Your appearance is waived. You guys don't have to come. Just stay in touch with Mr. Elick and he'll tell you how we go further.
Drug test scheduled for today. That's why he is required today.
Oh, did we send him for a test?
No, Your Honor, I think he just came, so I don't think.
Yeah, I'd like to send you for a test. I want to make sure you're not using any drugs, okay? Just hang tight for me now. We'll send you for a test and then, I mean, we'll set you off now. If something comes back and hopefully it doesn't, if it's clean, then we'll set you off or whatever it is. If it's dirty, well, I guess we'll have to deal with it at that point. I hope he's not using, you know, 'cause we just don't want you to smoke marijuana. That's it. Okay? All right, guys.
So
I'm
hold
setting
off on getting
this right now. No, I want to make sure he's not smoking marijuana. Yeah. Okay.
Is it
Thank
okay
you.
if I hand you something? It's just a business card.
Yeah, you can give it to Steven, sure.
Thank you. Come on.
Thank you, ma'am. Q.
Yes. Hey, Judge.
All right, come on up, Ms. Furlow. Cell phone. Please. Do you need a pen? If you don't mind, please giving us your cell phone and I'm going to give it to the lawyer real quick.
My cell phone number.
Please. Don't say it out loud. And then just, you can see that he's on the screen over there on the TV.
Yes.
Yes. And then I'll give you a call this afternoon, Ms. Furlow.
Okay.
This is Mr. Brasher. He's been appointed to represent you.
Okay.
Because we are giving you a lawyer, I am waiving your appearance, so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Brasher. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant. So just don't pick up any new cases. Be nice. Don't violate conditions. Stay in contact, and then everyone's happy.
And
All right, let me just send this to you real quick.
Sure, sure. And do we have a new court date or what the next?
It's 12/16.
It's set for 12/16 now. I'm going to waive your appearance, so you don't have to be here on that day, but just stay in touch with Hugh, and then he'll tell you the next time you have to be in court. Okay? All right, that's her cell phone, so you guys will get in contact later today, and that's it. Okay? Okay, guys. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Are you fine with that 1216, Hugh?
Yes, I'm looking, I think I probably have about 100 cases on that. Well, yeah, no, I can do that date. Yeah, that'll work.
If not, it's not a big deal. You can have a different date.
No, it'll work. I was just looking at it, but it's a trial that I don't think is, yeah. So yeah, that'll work.
Okay. All right. Okay, man. Good luck.
Alrighty. Thanks, Judge. All right.
Thanks, Morgan. Now we're done. All right. So you leaving?
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with the docket.
All right, I hope you should. Is that she gonna be taking off tomorrow or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna surprise y'all.
Is Michael here? Michael, are you here?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
What kind of name does he have today?
I don't know. Bailey's there.
All right, guys, I'll see you mañana. We're gonna roll.
The show decides to end, and the dogs decide to get up and start barking. That's something that happens. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out. It's been an amazing evening. A lot of cases, a lot of stuff going on. Hugh always gets the rough stuff. I feel bad for him. It's never an easy day for Hugh, especially when he's in court. I think they target him for the rough cases, but I have no proof to that whatsoever. But, you know, it's been an amazing chat, y'all. I can't say thank you enough. I'm going to just read out names here. Cam, Susan, Raul, Stephanie, Dreams. I'm not going to read all the names out. I just can't do that. That's not my style, y'all. Judge Fleischer does that at the end of his daily streams. That's one of the things I kind of cut out. But I can't say thank you enough to everybody who comes out and chats and, you know, hangs out. Nah. And you know, I got to thank Colin for dropping by, dropping the raid on us. Always appreciate the Colin raid. Appreciate the Colin Raiders. Man. Colin's awesome, but I mean, the Raiders are even more awesome. They make a decision to go from Collins over to my screen. And I gotta say thank you to Mom for actually showing up this late. This is Mom, it's past your bedtime. You should have been asleep an hour ago. So I got all the good luck. Got all the fortune. Can't complain. Only problems are first world problems. Wonderful dogs, angry cat, great mods, great chat. What more can a wolf want? Well, I know one thing a wolf wants. More Fleischer tomorrow night, around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here, same wolf time, same wolf channel. And that's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Fleischer Forum will be back, same time, tomorrow night. Look forward to it. I hope to see you all there. In the meantime, we'll say good night. It's been a long day. Oh, Wolfie is tired. And I hope to see all y'all next time. And I'm just going to say good night. And I hope you all have a great evening and an even better day tomorrow. Thank you for coming by. I'm your Lone Wolf Usul. I'm your curator. I'm your host for these proceedings. And I'm out of here. Good night.